Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today it's time to play I Saw the Sign. I think I've done this once before, but let me read the description again. Locations with the name of the place visible in front of you at the starting point, e.g. on a sign, on a building, on an advertisement. Anywhere in the world from tiny villages to large cities. So this is a bit of a different one. You do get, presumably, the name of the place where you are. Whether you recognize that or not, or know where it is another question. So let's hit play, give ourselves a time limit, and see how we do. Okay, so the first location is loading here, and there's the sign. We see it here. So, Lac Taschereau. Lac Taschereau, right. Well, that sounds a little French, actually. Lac. As in lake, maybe? And Taschereau. That I'm not so sure about. We can move around here, so we're not, prohibited from doing that. And I think we're in Canada, just because this doesn't look like France. It looks more North American, and we've still got the French language here. So what are we looking at there? There's another sign over here, actually. Maybe this was the one. Taschereau, 1913 to 1988, okay. And we've got here Abitibi Ouest, O-U-E-S-T is west, right? So that sort of confirms another check in the box for France. For French-speaking place, but is what I mean, sorry. So I think we're going to be in Canada. It's just a case of figuring out where Lac Taschereau is. And here we've got some street signs, so that should help. And I think, yes, there's the Canadian flag, so that confirms it. So we've got the 390 and the 111. Now, French-speaking part of Canada is sort of up here. Quebec, I think, maybe Ontario as well, parts of that. I'm not 100% sure. Let's put down a safety pin. 390, 111. So can we see those off the bat? Don't think so. We've got the 11. 138. Let's just get in there and see if we can see a little more. 390 and the 111. And we're obviously looking for a lake, so we can start to zoom in on lakes as well. That's not it. 390, 111. Don't see these, but we've got several 300s here, so that's good. Just check the numbers again. Yeah, they're right. So let's keep going. 309, the 311. Ugh, as always, it's everything but, isn't it? The 307, and we could be up here. The 117 maybe. The 111 is here. Very good. Now, do we come across the 390? Yes, we do. And we found Taschereau. Superb. Right, okay. Let's go back to the beginning and try and figure out where we are. So we're looking south, and the lake is to our left, which is east. So we're looking south, and the lake is on our east. So we could be about here. We know we've got the railway track next to us as well. So that's definitely possible. Also ahead of us was a church that's sort of carrying on to our south, which could be this church here. So I think and in fact we've got a little pontoon. So I think we've found it with 10 seconds to go. Not sure if you're meant, in inverted commas, to move around on these maps. Obviously you can do whatever. But I think it's nice to see the sign and then be able to move a little bit. We could, of course, lock our position in here and not be able to move or do anything else as well, but that would make it harder. So, Escola Sonho Encantado. Sonho Encantado. Escola, I think, is school. Makes sense with the two school children here. Sonho Encantado. So this is Spanish speaking. Wow, look at that. Quite the view behind us, actually, over there, isn't it? And I think it looks a little more major, sort of, it looks like there's a bit more ahead of us here. Is that the sea in the distance? Is that the ocean? No, it isn't. It's not flat. It's got a bump to it. So some hills in the distance to the north. At the moment, I'm thinking sort of Mexico. The sun is in the north, though, by sort of quite a long way. So actually, that would confirm that we're not in Mexico. Spanish-speaking part of the world. It looks quite dry and arid here. So I'm thinking, I don't know, really. Not sure at the moment. OEST Maderaria. Did that say La Paz on that truck? It said Ipaz. I don't know if that's anything to go with there. Look at that though. Is that west? Is that like the outline of a state maybe? OEST. I don't know. I think that might be a little tenuous. Ipaz. So a small clue there perhaps, but wouldn't be able to say at the moment that we're in Peru particularly. It might be what we have to go by in the end if we get nothing else. Pretty major town here. You know, there's definitely a lot going on. What does these signs say? Come on, give us some clues. Not much, unfortunately. Not much at all. Still got a minute to go. Does the petrol station give it away? Posto ecologico. Not quite. That's frustrating. So moving on. At least I don't recognize it. Perhaps, you know, it is a famous gasoline brand from a particular country, but I'm afraid for the time being, I wouldn't know it from any others. So I'm not sure we're going to get many clues here, unfortunately. And let's just maybe get to this sign here. We've got .br, so that's maybe confirms it. We'll go with Brazil then. We don't have much to go by. It's also not in the north, you know, it's not going to, it doesn't look like the Amazon to me. We've got some hills, but I don't have time, unfortunately, to sort of find the hills. Why don't we go out here? One of my favorites from days gone by, Uberlandia. Let's go with Uberlandia and see if we were close. And we weren't far off. We were actually, and by Brazilian standards, we were still 500 miles away. We were in the town of Barreiras, which, you know, I've not heard of before. So there we go. I wouldn't have found that. It would have taken some scanning, I think, and a few more clues. So on to the next round, round 3. Okay, here we go. This is a very interesting building. I'm far more interested in that than the sign. Look at that peculiar architecture. It almost looks kind of a little fake, really. What do we have here? The guest house of the vodka brewery. All right, well, that is interesting. The Phototourism Center of Estonia. Esete Fototurismi Keskus. Esti, sorry, E-E-S-T-I? Esti, maybe? So, okay, well, look, we know then we're in Estonia. It's called Vina Vabrik. The question is, where in Estonia is this? Well, let's just get in there and have a quick look and see if there's anything going on. Estonia. Vina. Few V's around the place. But not sure at the moment if we're, you know, Haapsalu, Tallinn, Tartu. Could be anywhere, really. So let's just put a pin in the middle for the time being, a bit of a safety pin, and just take another quick look at this sign. Vina Vabrik. Vina Vabrik. Right. Okay, well, I think then we need to explore somewhat, and we can't go any further. So let's go back that way. Out behind us, and try and triangulate through any other kind of information. We're certainly not in a big city, so we're possibly on the outskirts of a big city. You know, it looks like we're at a farm, really, doesn't it? There's another signpost there. But I was hoping for a way out, actually, more than anything else. It looks like that would be the way out. But let's check. We'd be remiss not to read this. And it doesn't really seem like we can. So, it seems to have been a bit messed up there. So let's try something else. You know, at the entrance to this facility, you'd imagine there is another sign, right? So that is what I'm hoping for here. We're hoping to get to a main road and see a signpost. And it doesn't quite look like there will be one here. So we'll just have to go with some other clues as to where we are. You know, not in a major city, but potentially close to one. Clearly sort of quite a touristy area. And so would have to imagine, you know, I don't know Estonia well, which destinations are touristy and which ones aren't. We've got some apartment blocks there, so it isn't complete countryside. At the moment, I'm thinking, you know, it's worth just going with the edge of Tallinn, really. But look at this, we cross another road, and there's different clues. Polka Tartu, 43. So 43 is there. In the other direction, Poliva and Koidua. Don't recognize these, so unfortunately didn't get to pick the road there, leaving Tartu as to where we were. And not quite sure where we ended up. We ended up close to it, 23 miles away, and we were in Must, or Musto. So that's good. Musto, what a fun name. But yeah, I was hoping just to spot one or two of the other town names there to triangulate as to where we were. And it turns out we were sort of in southeastern Estonia. So glad we didn't go with the outskirts of Tallinn or something. But yeah, not bad actually. Closer than I think I'm giving myself credit for. But again, we had the signs there right in front of us at the end. I've started saying this word and I regret doing so. Bundesschulzentrum Gussing. Right, okay. I'm going to say that the something center isn't where we are, but Gussing is maybe where we are. Gussing. Gymnasium Gussing. Okay, Gussing. Right, so this feels German, but, you know, possibly Swiss or Austrian as well. We've got some street signs here, so let's try and figure a few things out. Radiology, Active Park, Tennis Platz. Right, okay. That doesn't help. Haus St. Franciscus. Okay. Perhaps we're sort of near a hospital here or something. I'm not quite sure. But, oh, wow, look at that. There's a great big church on top of this, or castle, maybe? Wow. Gussing. Right, well, let's go this way. Looks like there's, you know, enough ahead. I think that was a URL on that map, just on that signpost just back there, wasn't there? .at. Okay, Austria. That helps, because I was thinking Germany. We've got a little. And we might be in a position just to go start searching. Basically, I've not heard of Gussing in Austria. What is that, a flag there? Not sure about the crest in the middle of it, but okay. Vine. Let's use that. We've got a minute to go. Minute and 14. So, A something to Vine. Right, we're looking at Austria. Ooh. Want to get a bit closer to that sign, don't we, really? So we can actually read it. Right, okay. So A2, Vine, and then the 57. Oh, actually, so I see the A2 already, so that's good. The A2 is here. Graz. A2 goes all the way down here. And then the other one is the 57. So we've got 54, 57. Gusing. There we go. Got it. Yes. 25 seconds left to go. We found Gusing. And I think we're by this hospital here. Just because, well, I think that's where I saw some hospital references. Bundeszentrum. We're looking for the gymnasium, aren't we? And I don't quite see one here, but we know we're also not by... it was on the other side of town. Interesting. Okay. Didn't quite nail that one, but we were pretty close. Just around the corner, and I think if we'd have spent a short time looking, maybe for the street name as well, of course, we would have found it. So that's good. We found Gusing, though, in Austria. So there you go. Let's just zoom out and see. Right on the border, actually, with Hungary. Very close to Hungary. So that's where we were. Brilliant. Next round. That saved us from searching through all of Germany as well. So that helps. Right. Another set of flags here. This one is the Slovakian flag, I believe. Different, sometimes confused with the Slovenian one. And, the two countries get confused because they got sort of similar, Slav and Slovenia and Slovakia, of course. But the Slovenian country flag has got a river on it, whereas this one does not. It's got this sort of double cross on these sort of clouds. So I think I know which country I'm in. What does it say here? Matringri, Matricny, Matrinci Urad. Matrinci Urad. Is that obvious? Is that in here? I've never heard of it, so it would help me if it was. Urad. U-R-A-D. Not sure if that's a place, obviously. So, Pozlanka. Matringny Urad. Right, not sure of that one. Let's take a look around. And we're in a town. Okay. Got a little junction here, so maybe some signage, perhaps. And what do we have here? Synagoga. Metzki Urad again. We've got that word Urad. The poster. These don't look like... I mean, these are buildings as opposed to town names. So, not helping there. And I won't get hung up on... Won't get hung up on the one that says Urad then because of it, because that's clearly might mean something else. Rather hoping we can go down here. Yes, we can. Okay, good. And let's see what's up now. Come on, do some loading. We've got some intersections. 1:13 to go. We still need a good clue here, I think, at least for me. I'm not so familiar with Slovakia, I don't think. So, what's on this billboard? These are dates here, I think, with different places on them. So, I don't know. It's not looking good, is it? Let's see what we can see. Nope. Got the Coca-Cola van ahead of us now. Very good. We've just gone around the block, really. So, any thoughts as to where we are? Because I don't have any. So, we're just going to have to make a guess, really, aren't we? We're out of time. I'm going to go somewhere in the middle to sort of minimize, each of the, the chance of being incorrect. I think this town that I'm looking at here looks a little small, actually, as to the location as to where we were. And it wasn't right. We were in Levice. So I'm not sure if I saw that on the sign or not. Maybe I did. But certainly, yeah, don't remember it. Perhaps, again, it's a case of, with these foreign languages, you're not quite sure what you're looking at all, whether it is a place name or not. But at least we were in the right country, and I think just going with the middle of the country there to minimize the incorrectness that you could have was okay. So overall, we did all right. 22,403 points. Game finished. Well done. Look, I think that's pretty respectable. I'm not sure if this is a high-scoring map set normally or otherwise, but you know, I think with 3.5 minutes there of time per round or whatever it was that we had, you know, and the ability to move around, of course, we did okay. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.